Hey guys, welcome back to That Diva Podcast. I'm your host, Elysia, and welcome back to day 3 of DIVAMANIA. Today, my co-host, Hailymar, could not be here. We are sending her so much love. But today, I have two very special guests with me, Emily and Sin.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
So, girls, can you take turns telling us a little bit about yourselves and a little bit of how you got into content creation?
Sounds good. So I'm Cynthia, but obviously go by Sin. I've always loved social media and I've been like posting on TikTok forever and I can never pick a niche, but I finally started seeing all the content like WWE content girlies posting and that gave me inspiration to start posting WWE content. And I think I posted like an application to be your favorite WWE girly, and that blew up. And then after that, I started getting more followers and increasing. And I was like, wow, so this is my niche, I guess. But I've been a fan since like 2018, 2017, and I stopped watching for a while. But because of all the girlies posting on TikTok and Rhea Ripley, I finally got back into it in like 2024. And yeah, that's my little backstory.
So cute. Hi everyone. My name is Emily. I am 20 years old. I have just become a WWE fan within the last year. I've kind of known about it for pretty much my whole life as my mom and my uncles were fans growing up, but I just became a fan last year after Cody beat Roman for the title at WrestleMania 40. And then since then, I just have loved it, loved watching it, loved posting about it. I started posting my content in December after I went to my first SmackDown. I posted a little cute video about my reaction to seeing Cody come out since he is my favorite. And then I was like, oh, this is so fun. And started seeing, more WWE girlies posting content on TikTok and Instagram and other social media platforms. And then I decided to post a silly little video about my Cody Rhodes cardboard cutout and my sister's Roman Reigns cardboard cutout, and it blew up. And so I started getting more views and more followers and was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And I just recently created a YouTube channel and an Instagram to kind of further my content. So I'm so excited to be here today and to talk all things wrestling.
Okay, I love that so much. You guys are so cute. So, for this episode, I want to do something a little bit different. With WrestleMania literally being right around the corner, or as we like to call it, Diva Mania, I want to talk about your favorite WrestleMania and your WrestleMania predictions. So, for me, I think I'm gonna have to say my favorite WrestleMania. I think it's WrestleMania 32. I think it's WrestleMania 32. It was Naomi, Roman, Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte. It was just magnificent. It was beautiful. It was all that in a bag of chips. So a little bit of my predictions, because I won't go too far into them. Make sure you check out the That Diva YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, my Instagram for my predictions. I'm gonna have to say the match I'm most excited about is the men's triple threat. Give me Punk. Give me Punk. Look in my eyes. Give me Punk. But I think for the female, Naomi better get this win. That's all I'm gonna say. Nail mob on top. Okay? That's my spiel. Now it's your turn.
Okay, I'm when I started getting into wrestling, I was like a little child and I never really watched stuff live. I had WWE Network and would try to, but that's why I'm not too educated about WrestleManias. Like this might be my first like actual live educated mania. But I think my first one was when it was Sasha and Bailey, but I don't remember much. My favorite might have to be honestly the Sasha and Bailey one because I was a huge Sasha stan. But honestly, last year's WrestleMania was also so good. I loved everything about it. But for predictions, I'm actually kind of like in the middle about everything. Like they can go any way for almost every match this year. It's actually crazy. And my favorite is going like my most the one I'm most excited for is the triple threat with Punk and Roman and Seth. But I'm also excited to see Rhea, of course. She's my favorite ever. But again, like, I don't know. I'm stuck in the middle for everything. The one match I know and I'm predicting is Punk's gonna win. But for everything else, I'm honestly in the middle because they can go any way for anything. Even the Rhea match, like, I'm okay if Io and Bianca win, but I obviously love Rhea. But, like, I don't know. I'm in the middle for everything. Like Tiffy, Charlotte, Naomi, Jade, they can do whatever they want. Oh, and Jay. I need Jay to win. And that's my spiel.
Quite a couple controversial takes there, girl. I, like Sin, am very much a more recent WWE fan, so I'm gonna give a generic answer and then I'll try and give a better answer, but this is gonna be the first WrestleMania that I'm actually watching as a fan this year. But WrestleMania 40 always has a special place in my heart because that's when I became a fan. The reason why I became a fan, Roman, Cody, Rock, Undertaker, John Cena, Jimmy J, Solo, all of that. Like that whole last sequence was just incredible. The whole Mania last year was like probably one of the best Manias ever, but it holds a special place in my heart because, that's why I became a fan. But if we're not going on generic answers, I'd probably say WrestleMania 17 because I'm a Stone Cold girly as well. Stone Cold versus The Rock. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably say WrestleMania 40 and WrestleMania 17, which is two completely like opposite ends of the spectrum answers. But, hopefully Stone Cold will show up at this year's WrestleMania to help a certain somebody. But for going on predictions, I'd say the women's match that I'm most excited for is probably either Jade and Naomi, and I think Naomi's gonna win. I hope she wins, and if she doesn't, she better win Money in the Bank. Glow in the Bank. Um, and the women's triple threat, and I think Bianca will be winning that one. I think it's time that she got out of the tag team world, and even if she turned heel, I wouldn't be mad. But I think it's her time to regain a singles championship because she was in the tag team division for too long, in my opinion, and she needs to be starting to look and be booked as strong as she is because she is the EST of WWE. The men's matches, I fear we already know what I'm gonna say is my most anticipated men's match. But I'll give my prediction for the triple threat men's match. Anyways, like Sin said, I'm very down the middle for everything. I hope that Punk wins. I think Punk's gonna win, but it could really honestly go either anyway because I could definitely see Roman winning and then like kind of like going back into that heel persona and like forcing Paul Heyman to come back with him. And then I also could see Seth winning and beating both Roman and Punk because they're so focused on each other now with the whole like Paul Heyman man in the middle thing that they're not really looking out for Seth. And like they get distracted and Seth takes the win and also takes Paul Heyman. But I think the most logical choice is Punk is probably gonna win. And if it's either Punk or Seth, Roman's taking the pin. No matter what it is. I think Roman's taking the pin, and I think that I'm sorry, guys, Elysia is the Roman girl, but I think that he said last year at the Hall of Fame ceremony that when he no longer has Paul Heyman by his side, he will no longer be the tribal chief, and I think that they're leading into that character change. So I don't know. I definitely think Roman's eating the pin. But for my prediction for my most anticipated men's match, obviously is a Cody girly. I'm very excited for Cody versus John Cena, but also I'm gonna be real, I'm terrified. Yeah, I'm terrified because everybody wants John Cena to make history. I'm not knocking him because, icon legend, he is the moment. Come on now. But I want Cody to win. I mean, like, it just isn't in my nature. Sorry, guys. I think Cena getting 17 would be great, but I think it should happen later on in the year so we can see that struggle because he hasn't won a singles match in how many years? You know? And his first singles win in 7, 8 years is going to be a championship win. I don't know. I would just love to see the struggle and the grit, and he's working really hard to finally getting back, to this championship status, maybe around like SummerSlam. And I would really love also to see Cody versus Randy at Backlash, and that's when Cody loses the title. But yeah, I would love to see Cody win against John Cena, but I'm petrified, so.
Real. Real. I understand. All these matches are stressing me out. WrestleMania is stressing me out. I might just quit. I quit. I quit. I quit.
Same here.
I quit.
I'm done. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Alright.
I quit for
One
the
I
thing
weekend.
though,
literally.
um,
I think
sorry.
you're good. Keep going.
Like the Cody and Cena match is so like again in the middle because I feel like why would they give Cena the title that quick like you were saying, but also I feel like they would because they would want it to be a short reign, so they would make him win at Mania and then lose it at like SummerSlam or something. That makes sense to me. But then I'm like I don't know. I'm just like they could do anything with this.
I totally agree, but my reasoning is he's always said that he wants to go out on his back and losing. So with the rumors that the Ruthless Aggression PLE is coming back just to kind of center around John Cena's last match in Boston, which is his home state, not technically his hometown, but they're literally centering an entire PLE around John Cena and his final match. So I think that they're going to have him win it like further down the line, whether that be Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Clash at the Castle or Clash in Paris, whatever they're calling it now. Anytime like after that, but since it's the first two-night SummerSlam, they're gonna want something big. So I think that's like the big thing. But also, if he wants to lose and go out on his back, what better way than putting somebody over, giving somebody else the championship on his last match? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm like petrified, but Cody had a good run, so what more can I say?
I understand. I understand. I think even as not a Cody girl, I would rather Cody win than Cena, just like off the bat, because if Cena wins off the bat, I crash out. You will see my crash out. But besides that, going into kind of the more personal side of things, when we talk about content creation and being in the WWE content creation area, who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
For me, I have a couple answers that might be out of the ordinary. I actually like I didn't get too much inspiration from us like wrestling group chat girlies. I more so got inspiration by Tiffany Stratton and Maxine Dupree from their like vlogs and Get Ready With Me's. I was like, wait, because I want to be like after looking at their vlogs and their lifestyle, I realized I truly want to be a wrestler so so bad. And I love the content they're making. I love the travel videos. I've just always been that way. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. And it was always in the back of my head, like, do I tell my family that I want to be a wrestler? That's so out of the ordinary. Do I tell my friends? Do I tell social media? Or do I keep it to myself? And then later on, I did start seeing like Emma and Corinne and like all those girlies posting about like WWE applications to be your favorite girly. I just posted it for fun. I was like, why not? Let's just post one post. It kind of went viral. Not viral, but then I saw Corian posting, get ready with me for first day of training, and that pushed me kind of to go out of my way and be like, who cares what people think about me wanting to be a wrestler? If I don't make it, I don't make it. But if I do, wow, I do make it. So I started posting more about WWE, and now I've started like this series where I like do a vlog of like like my journey to becoming a WWE superstar, day one, day two, and then I just show my gym vlog, and then later on I'm gonna show my training and like some exciting things will come. But yeah, it was mainly from seeing other WWE superstars' lifestyles and content creation where I was like, I really want to do this. And then Corrine also helped me see the fun side of like training, and I took a lot of inspiration from that.
That is so cute. I think I would have to say the opposite. It's actually so funny because I had seen a couple of like Haylymar's videos and a couple of Elysia's videos, excuse me, and a couple of Corinne's videos, but it was actually Emma's videos that like kind of sparked me into starting to post because she also really she is the Cody girl. She posted about Cody like so much. And I actually started talking to her through DMs and it was really fun. She was like, "Yeah, you should start posting." And so I saw more of her videos and all more of her content and the types of things that she was posting. So then I got inspired to post my first video after my first show. And then I've kind of just been going off of that and then meeting all of you guys in the group chat. And like you said, seeing Tiffany's videos, seeing Maxine's videos, and even like seeing Punk on Instagram, like how old is he? And he's making content on Instagram stories. Roman, for how old he is, and Cody are posting on TikTok all the time now, which is crazy. Just, it's really fun to see like the more fun aspect and the more like real life aspect of behind the scenes posting content and everything like that. So I'm really excited to be in this space and to, have fun with my content as well.
Anyways, um, for our last question, I love the little, like, going back to that question. I love how so many of just like us, as I say, like the wrestling girlies, Corinne, Hailymar, Emma, who else can I think of? Kira, just girls that started basically with nothing. Like, the group chat literally started with me making a TikTok on, I think it was right before Raw on Netflix. And I was like, I got a comment and they're like, "Oh, like, do you have a group chat?" And I was like, "No, but I should make one." And it literally started with me, Haley, and Emma. And now we're at almost 120 girls in this group chat from around the world. And it's insane how positive and supportive this community is. Like, I literally could not live without it. But for our last question, for your super divas, what is your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers? I feel like mine is always the same. I feel like we all know mine, and then me and Haley always add heads. But I'm gonna have to say Roman, Zelina, Sasha Banks, not Mercedes Monet, Sasha Banks, and Jimmy Uso. And then if I added a head, it would be shared between OG Judgment Day, Rhea, Damien, and Dom. So that is my Mount Rushmore and adding heads.
Iconic. I love your Mount Rushmore, especially Sasha. She does not get mentioned enough. She's what put me on wrestling. Um, it's really hard, like, and as we say, it's so like vague, like such a vague question, but I'm just gonna do it based off my head. It'll probably change because it always does, like every year. For sure, though, this spot is never changing. Rhea Ripley, my number one ever. Love her so much. She is like the biggest inspiration to me. Second would have to be AJ Lee. I love that girl so much. I've met her. She is literally, I've met so many celebrities because I live in LA. No one ever will compare to how my interaction was with AJ. Like, she was the sweetest human being ever, and I just love her wrestling technique and everything and her story. If you guys haven't read her book, you should. So good. Anyways, third one would probably have to be CM Punk. Love AJ and CM Punk together. CM Punk is my number one male superstar. And then for the fourth one, I don't know him that well, but he's growing so much on me. I've been watching all his old matches, and I don't know why. I just have like that one soft spot for him. Probably Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy so much. He is iconic. Everything he does is iconic. His mind and his makeup talent. Have you guys seen his makeup talent? So good. And then if I had to add a head, oh wait, no, guys, I can add two more. I'm gonna add for my last one. It's a tie between Lita and Nikki Bella. I love those two girls so much. Nikki is what actually got me on wrestling because my best friend showed me like an AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella match when I was like 10 years old, and I was like, I want to be Nikki Bella. Look at her. Like, she has my same body type. She kind of like resembles me. I want to be her. But then there's Lita. I'm getting into her, and she is iconic. I feel like she carried the women division back then, and her cargo pants, like, so, so iconic. But yeah, that is my 6-person Mount Rushmore.
Listen, this is gonna be so hard for me because usually when I do a Mount Rushmore, I don't put my favorite people on there because I'm like, okay, are we going like in terms of impact, like sales, promotion, like all that. But I guess I kind of have to. Like you said, I'm jealous that you met AJ, but I get to meet Cody in June. So, okay, so my Mount Rushmore would include, and I'm gonna do this, so I'm gonna include like a couple of my favorites, but I'm also gonna kind of like keep it like, I don't know, more kind of impact based. Stone Cold Steve Austin has to be on there. I mean, come on. The business was going under, and if he didn't come and provide his character when he did, we probably wouldn't have the WWE or WWF that we have now. Randy Macho Man Savage for me. Just incredible, incredible, incredible. Like his promos, his character work, all of his stuff with Miss Elizabeth, I love. Again, a really, really great person to kind of promote the business and to work with guys like the Ultimate Warrior, like Andre the Giant, like Hulk Hogan, to put this business on the map. I would say Dusty Rhodes because a lot of the guys and girls that we have now are products of his work. Roman, Seth, like all the guys in the Shield, a lot of the women that were in the original FCW and NXT Black and Gold era were trained and worked with Dusty Rhodes. So a lot of the stars that we have now wouldn't be here if we didn't have Dusty Rhodes. And I would probably put Roddy Piper on mine as well because he's like the OG heel. He was the original heel. He was the one that was working against babyface Hogan when everybody still loved Hogan back in the WWF era. He was the ultimate heel. He was the one going after. I love Piper's Pit. I go back and watch episodes sometimes just because he'll like take out like a fire extinguisher and hit somebody with it or like spray him with it, hit somebody over the head with like a bowl, like knock down his whole set and everything. I also really love his segment that he did with Roman, Seth, and Dean when they were still in the Shield on Old Core Raw. It was so funny and so cool to see like such a legend in there with future greats. Obviously, because all three of them, let's be honest, are future greats or legends right now. And then if I had to add a head, I mean, let's be real. Can I make this Mount Rushmore without putting Cody on it? I had to sneak him in there somewhere, guys. His, I just adore his character work, especially when you look at the entire body of work from when he first started in WWE with Legacy, then when he turned heel and was Dashing Cody, then undashing Cody when he wore the clear mask, when his nose was broken, and then especially when he transitioned into Stardust. I know a lot of people don't like Stardust, but and then when he went into Ring of Honor and AEW with all his character work and his heel work in ROH, and then came back to WWE, his story really, really inspired me. And so I couldn't make a Mount Rushmore without adding him just a little bit.
Real. Those are so real. Well, divas, I think this was so, what's the word? It was so, I'm just gonna have to say diva. You're so diva. And I absolutely loved being able to talk to you guys today. And I'm so, so, so excited for DIVAMANIA. Make sure you guys follow both of these girls. Their socials will be in the description or on our Instagram.